So, another quick update, I guess. The nitrite vial is pretty much clear. The ammonia vial is no green at all, really. It's pretty much straight pale yellow. And the nitrate vial is dark, deep red. It's like 100 parts per million or something like that. So we are successful. We have achieved the nitrification cycle goal of turning all of the ammonia into nitrate. And that's what we're seeing right here. There's no nitrites left, there's no ammonia left, just nitrate, just plant food. So I filled up I put the tank back up to like 4 parts per million ammonia, kind of a dark green, just a bit ago, and I'm hopeful that tomorrow evening, if I take another reading, that we're back to what we see here, which is the first 2 vials are empty and the last one has some stuff. And that's all good news. In other news, I can't see, I hope you can see the little leaves sticking up there. I went through and planted, just manually stuck some radish seeds down. I dug down to where it was wet. Oops, I disturbed a little plant. But I dug down to the wet part of the pebbles and put some seeds there a couple days ago, 2 days ago, and we have little green plants popping up. So these are all radishes. I'm not sure how well they'll do, but this is just a test and see if we can get some little daikon radishes to grow. That little guy probably just broke through today. When the leaves come out, they're yellow, and then as soon as they start to as soon as they see the sun the first time, basically the photosynthesis starts and they turn green. I haven't seen, there's no new growth yet. These are all the, what do you call, I can't remember the name for it. I'll put it in the comment if I look it up. But basically these are what the plants look like inside the seed. They're just a little bigger. And all of their growth is dependent or is provided for by the nutrients in the seed itself. So they haven't done any uptake at this point yet. But as soon as you start seeing, like they'll sprout another branch basically and have more leaves, and a second set of leaves, that's new growth. That's at that point you know that they're starting to pull things out of the soil. So but the good news is that we've got, looking at that red vial, we've got a ton of nitrate ready for these guys to eat. So they'll be seriously fertilized plants, as you'd see with any aquaponics or hydroponics system. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how those radishes do. I might plant some other things in there. Haven't really decided yet. I ordered some seeds. I got like a big pack, a multi-pack of lots of different plants, kind of an end-of-the-world type package, so that if, supermarkets, if farms were destroyed and supermarkets didn't exist anymore and you couldn't source the stuff yourself, that you'd have these seeds on your shelf in your bunker, and you could plant your own little garden and have corn and all that other jazz, tomatoes and potatoes and everything you might want. Anyway, I did that, planning to plant some lettuce and various leafy things in this deep water culture bed. Today I ordered some net pots also, these little 2-inch net pots. Basically you germinate and sprout a little seedling in some rock wool, some stone wool. Hummingbird, you're alright, man. I'm not going to get you. So you sprout it in some stone wool or some other media. You could use the clay pebbles, technically, I think. But the rock wool will soak up the water a little better, at least early on. So the raft is floating. It's a little dark, but you can see there's some water just at the very bottom of that. I might, so the outer lip of this is 2 inches, and it's 2 inches tall, it turns out. But I took a 2-inch hole saw, I think, actually. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was 2 inches exactly to poke these holes. I cut them 7 inches apart. The whole width of this thing is about 20.5 inches, and it's about 14 inches wide. And that math, sevens seemed pretty good. So I cut roughly 7 inches from center to center, with the remainder cut in half on the sides, about 3 inches in this part. And then similarly, 7 inches apart here, with another 3 or so inches at the edges. So anyway, we've got, should be plenty of room for the 6 plants. So as soon as the seeds arrive, I've got some stone wool cubes. I'm gonna soak them and then germinate some little seedlings. And as soon as their roots are starting to pop out the bottom of this thing, these things, then I'll transplant them into this, and see how they do. That's all pretty exciting to me. But anyway, so when I first put them in, I just cut the holes, and these were resting on this painted surface of this thing. So when I first put them in, they weren't quite, they were just barely touching the water. They weren't submerged in the water at all. And so I took a larger hole saw and just shredded, and it was tough because it slipped around on the surface, and it was a little messy. But basically I just wanted to cut into the surface just a little so that these would sink a bit. And as you'll notice, you can't probably see that well because it's dark, but there's about 1/4 of an inch of water up inside that net pot now, so that should touch the rock wool and keep it soaked, and allow the roots or the plant to flourish, and with all the nutritious nitrate water that I've got going here. Now right now this is just a hydroponic system, really. I'm dumping chemicals in the form of just liquid ammonia, concentrated ammonia, into the water, which is which is basically turned into fertilizer by the bacteria. There's not a whole lot of, there's no fish involved. But since the cycle seems to be doing its thing pretty well, I think this week and this weekend in particular, we will be totally fish ready. So I'll go take the nieces and nephews and go fish shopping, pick out some fish, and let them have some little pets here. But anyway, so yeah, we've got fertilizable water, so I'm going to start growing things right now, and see how they do, and then of course monitor the chemical level when the fish are present. But all things considered, about a month and a half in, I've got plants growing, I've got chemicals converting, I've got a tank set up and plumbed and aerated, and I've got the 2 kinds of beds ready to go. I think, assuming this is successful, I'll probably make another DWC type bed, but I don't believe I'll be using plastic tubs. I think I'm just going to build a wooden frame, and that one will probably go over here. These tubs on the ends are full of water, and they're a lot heavier, so I want them to be on top of the stone. Plus I've got that external standpipe apparatus out the side, and it worked great on that one, so I'm going to basically mirror that, but mount it to the thing, rather than have it freestanding like on the prototype. And then I'll probably build another flood drain bed to fill that gap, just so we have some more surface area for plantings and some crops and whatnot. But I'm very excited. Time for fish, time for plants. And next video we should have some lettuce and some mint and some things growing in the deep water culture bed. So that's all exciting. That's all for now.